Good morning, guys. How are you? Hope you're all safe and sound. Well, today I'm here to document one thing that I'm gonna do today, which is I'm gonna create my first app. So that's the idea of this video. I'll just be documenting me creating my first app. But just real quick, why I'm creating my first app? Well, first, I'm not gonna create it myself. I'm just gonna code it with AI. I'll just let the AI do the work. But second, the thing is, two main events triggered this idea of creating the app. The first one is like 1 month ago, I literally lost my earphones. So they were like, I lost them somewhere, but I usually, every time I lose something, I find it like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. So I was just gonna say before I just get a new ones, let's just wait. Maybe I forgot them at home, or I just maybe find them again at uni. You know, I gave myself time, but like 1 month later, I still didn't find them. And at the same time, Spotify did happen to like raise their subscription plan, like to double, like they doubled it. So I canceled it, but just like days before I lost my earphones, I subscribed to Anghami, which is like a local music provider. So and like Anghami main price, like the basic plan price, was the same as Spotify price when I like doubled. Like before, Spotify was cost the half of what Anghami originally costed. So I was like, since both like have the same price, and Anghami took the advantage because first it's local, like I'll be supporting local businesses. Second, it has like massive, or like maybe all the oldies of my childhood, and Spotify does not. Third, I will like just let's like enjoy a new app, like let's test it. Why not? Because it's a popular app. But it turned out it has a very bad, very bad UI. Like the user experience is like Spotify. I had zero complaints about the actual user experience. I was so happy. It was so neat. It was so clean. I have like a local storage of half terabytes. Like I have 512 gigabytes of local storage, and I'm just literally using barely 100 gigabytes. So I was like, why just not take advantage and get the music downloaded locally and just enjoy them? Why not? But the thing is, I had like 500 songs on my playlist, and I wanted to, since I don't like to do things manually. I just like to automate everything. So I went to ChatGPT and asked it to write a Python script for me, so it can like goes to Anghami, fetch the music or like the songs, titles and their artists, then search them on YouTube, then download them and convert them to MP3. So it was like, okay, we can do that, blah, blah, blah. Here are the script. When we tried to run it, we couldn't do it because Anghami has like a protection layer that does not allow a direct API access to developers or like anyone who's trying to talk to their API. So we couldn't do that. But I had the same playlist imported to Anghami from Spotify. So I said, okay, let's try with Spotify. I have the same playlist on Spotify. And ChatGPT said, yeah, this is actually very much easier because Spotify actually provides a public API for developers to use. So it was like, okay, let's just try it. And when we tried to access it, since I had canceled my student plan, it didn't allow me because I had to be a premium subscriber just to access the API, and otherwise it would not let me fetch more than the first 50 songs, which didn't work as well. But I also remember days later, like those two tries happened on day one, but days later I remember that I also have the same playlist on YouTube Music because I considered it as a music platform some time ago. So I have the same playlist also on YouTube, and I know that YouTube is the best when it like comes to API because it provides like nearly all that you need as a developer from their API, and it's public, it's free, like you don't need anything. So I was like, can we do that with YouTube? Like I got the playlist on YouTube Music and said, yeah, that's the best option. I was like, why didn't you say that from the beginning? But then later I said, okay, it doesn't know that I have the same playlist the same playlist on 3 different platforms. So I was like there, and yeah, it worked. I made the script to go to my YouTube playlist, fetch the song, the artist, and the title, download it as MP4, then automatically convert it to MP3, then get rid of the MP4 format, along with its metadata like picture, album cover, album title, artist, like, all of those metadata, and made it like parse the title of the song, so it's not like, when you download anything from YouTube, it comes with dashes and very unnecessarily thing in the title, which makes offline streaming the music downloaded from YouTube so messy and so not neat. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. So it turned out very perfect, like very, very perfect. It's not medium perfect, but I was like, what if I wanted to have a on-demand stream? What, like I'm walking home, then I got a new, like I wanted to stream a specific song which is not in my library. What I'm gonna do? This is where the app idea came from. I would go to ChatGPT and ask it for a prompt so I can give to Claude AI, because I know that the better the prompt is, the better the results are. So yes, you're gonna be watching Claude AI creating an offline or like on-demand music, like it's let's say a clone to Spotify or any music provider service, but it's gonna be an internal tool which will allow downloading for free. So the app will mainly allow download and streaming online, and just parse, like just add it to my library. So yeah, let's go ahead and start seeing this in action. Okay, so here I am on my laptop. I'll just minimize myself so you can see better. Maybe I'll turn off the camera eventually, but here's the prompt that I got like from ChatGPT. I'm just gonna copy and paste it into Claude, and I'll just read it along with you. And if we have like if we wanted to, just edit the prompt, we would do that. You are a senior Android engineer. I want to build a personal Android music app that lets me search YouTube, stream audio, and optionally download songs locally for offline listening. This project is for personal use and learning purposes. Please design. I don't want to say please. Where the cursor is. Oh shit. Okay. Design and generate the architecture and starter code for the app. Requirement: platform Android 16 plus, Kotlin, Android Studio Project, modern Android architecture, MVVM recommended. Well, I don't know what MWVM means, so I'm just gonna look it up later. Main features: search YouTube by keyword, display results in a clean list, title channel, not channel. Oh, what channel? Okay. Tap a result to open a player screen. Stream the audio of the download audio playback only. Download the song and save it locally along its metadata. Like song title, artist, album, release year, etc. Okay. Show local library of downloaded songs. Okay, we can have that. Basic control, yeah, okay. Play, pause, seek next. Technical requirements: use Exoplayer for audio playback. Use retrofit similar for networking. I know absolutely nothing what they mean. Use a clean architecture. Okay, use what? coroutine for async operations. Store download songs in the device music folder. Show metadata like artist and if available. Okay. Display thumbnails from YouTube. UI requires simple UI search at the top, at the bottom. Scrollable result list. Player screen with cover and art download. Library screen showing download songs. Okay. And on. No, bro, I hate like when, wait, just pause, and here where simple UI, allow background play. Okay, library screen showing downloaded songs, project structure, please, just don't say please. Generate Android Studio project structure, main activity, view models, repository, data models, example API calls, example player, implementation with the EXO player, blah blah blah. As explained. Okay, I think this one. And I'm just gonna turn my camera off and let it work. I'm just gonna fast forward this because I know want to be notified when Cloud respond. Yes, I just put my camera off, plug my laptop, and leave it, and just look at the time. It's 12:28 now, and I will come back as soon as it finishes because I'll just be watching and observing. Just let me turn off my camera, and yes, I'm just gonna keep it recording, but I'm just gonna plug my laptop. So here, okay, and I'll just keep the time visible down there so you can, just observe with me.
Okay, so here I am just doing some voiceover because the recording or the process of creating the app went on for so long. So after it just finished creating, as you may can see here, it just finished writing the code in barely like 15 minutes. But later, when I'm just trying to deploy or test the code in the Android Studio app, I got tons of errors, but mostly like they were not in the code itself, but in the environment because since this was my first time ever using Android Studio, it had to download so many environment assets that is gonna like need to use to fully deploy and run the app inside the app the platform. So as you can see here, it just keep on creating, and it hit like the limit almost 3 times when it was generating the code. But I kept on hitting continue, not knowing exactly what it means. Like I didn't know that it has some kind of limits, because they were like, yes, Cloud can code for free for everyone, but it turned out just limited way. So here it generated me the code into a zip folder where I had to extract it, then open it into Android Studio. And with that, like, code has finished its job in the first place, or like in the first phase of its job, it has finished. Then after the unlimited download that it required, Cloud made some mistake that it made me download something that we didn't need. So I had to download another environment again. But those like were okay. I wasn't doing anything, just watching from apart, my laptop downloading and downloading. Now the problem that occurred, like, that made me really get on my nerve, was with the YouTube API. The YouTube API thing. Well, I was just going to YouTube and getting the API, and it was working in a browser. The moment I plug it into the app, it runs an error, and that happened like with this. I had to generate like literally 3 API keys for that to work. I didn't know till this moment. I still don't know where the problem did exactly happen, because the API was online when I first created it, but then it went offline for no reason. I had no reason. So yeah, and the video that you're seeing now is not like the complete setup. Like, as you can see at the end of this video, it will end at like 2:30, which like 2 hours since I started recording. But it went like I kept on solving this, or like debugging whatever Claude did up till 6 p.m. Like it had me on really on my nerves. But it worked in the end of the day, and I shared like with 2 of my friends, and they said it's working, and they kind of love it. I don't know if they lied to me or no, but they said it's a great app and it worked. Now I also asked it to tweak a little bit the user interface, because it was like old Android, which I hated so much, which I'm going to show you like the last result of the UI. Although it still looks messy, but what I care about is that I can stream on demand music for free with no ads. Of course within limits, but I'm far from hitting the limits. And one thing that really pissed me from this whole experience, that like you can't build the app if like you haven't set a logo. It's not a logo, like, you know, an icon. What do you mean? What if I don't want, like, just let's not stop at an icon? Like, we can just skip that part, because the developer will, of course, like when stepping out of the environment, will notice that their app does not have an icon, and they would go and fix that. So why would you, like, you know, freak the shit out of whoever wrote the code to just put an icon? Just leave it. Or maybe we don't want to put icon, but I had to put my cat's face on the app icon. So yeah, I really enjoyed making this app, but it needs a little bit of work, and I'm going to reverse engineer whatever Claude did, so I can, like, if anybody has asked me to, like, to explain or to tell how I did that, so I will be able to do that. But the result is amazing. I'm using the app. It's been like 1 week now after I recorded this video, and the app is perfectly fine. And yeah, it's good. I'm just gonna show you in a few minutes how the app looks like in its final results, so I can hear your opinion down there in the comment below. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And here's the app live from my phone. This on my icon is Zico, my lovely cat. Here I'm trying to search for copyright free music because I don't want to hit a copyright strike. So, and I also muted this video because it played a little bit and I don't want to get hit by YouTube copyright strike. So yeah, as you can see, it's I really can download and play any song that I want. And the thing is, there is still a problem with the download. Like, it gets downloaded, but it's like the queue is not actually a queue. I don't know why it's taking so much to download. And here's a library. I can resume and play offline songs that I previously have downloaded. Thank you.